Namaste and hip hop hooray. What's going on, boys and girls from across the world? mikeYbudd here to take you through another fantastic flow. And as you probably saw in the library, I had a video that was great for starting your day. This one is going to be directed towards ending your day and hopefully getting you a great night of sleep. So when you're ready, you're going to start off in a child's pose with your knees apart and your toes together, reaching for the top of your mat, taking 3 deep breaths. And this is a nice little routine that I like to do before I actually go to bed, so I hope you guys can maybe start to make this into a habit, because that's one of the best things about sleep. That's one of the best ways to get good sleep hygiene, is by being able to just get into a routine that our body gets used to. So take 3 deep breaths. Good, and then on your next exhale, you're going to come all the way down onto your tummy into a crocodile pose, relaxing your forehead onto the forearms. You can bend the knees and windshield wipe going side to side. Good, then relax. Sphinx pose. You're going to press yourself up on your forearms. And then while you're here, I want you to almost simulate a tree pose. So you're going to point your knee out, but keep your foot in. So you feel a nice opening in your hip. And again, if you are like getting ready for bed, maybe you just melt your head down onto your hands or thumb. If you want to keep working that back a little bit, I recommend keeping your chest up. And one more inhale. And then exhale. We're going to extend the foot out now off of the mat. As you can see, it's right underneath my knee. So I've got a nice alignment going on there, like the stars in our constellation. And I'm going to stay here for another 3 breaths. On the next exhale, drift your foot back into the knee and then extend that leg long. Just taking a moment to pause. Another Sphinx pose to lift up your chest. And then moving to the left side. So again, starting with your foot on the mat like you're doing a tree pose. You're just going to gently let that hip open up in a very organic manner. Slowing down the breathing, slowing down the thoughts. And then the left foot comes off of the mat, lined up with the knee. So it almost looks like we've got 90 degrees in our knee bend. If you feel it's keeping you a little bit more energized to stay up, bring yourself down. Excellent. And then the foot comes in, the leg goes back, and we stay here for a moment. Bring the arms by your side. You can look over to the left or to the right. And then bringing your chin to the floor. And then both forearms in front of you for one last Sphinx pose. But this one's going to be here for a bit. We're just going to bend one knee, grab the foot. So if you can, use a strap or your forearm to press that heel down a little bit more We'll take 5 deep breaths here. Letting it go and switching to the other side. So take your time to get there. There's no rush. Can't rush perfection. Especially when we're trying to get to sleep. We want to try to decrease as much stress as possible. That's why we avoid things like looking at big blue lights, because big blue lights, they send alert, like when you got the cops behind, like, bro, come on, man. But you know, even watching stressful things like the news, it all sticks in your subconscious. So that's why I'm telling you right now, it's okay to just dumb yourself down a bit and just not think about anything except your breathing. Let's do one more crocodile. Maybe a little heel side to side, or you could bend your knees and windshield wipe again. And then child's pose, push back. Slowly bringing yourself up. We're going to bring ourselves into a hero pose. So if you want to split your feet and just sit as you are like this, amazing. You are a hero in my book. If you want to bring your feet closer together, maybe even tuck your toes, this is good if you've been on your feet all day. Okay? The last one I'm going to show, the last variation, and you could choose to be here for a while, is you could start to make your way down. So, going back with my forearms, getting a nice stretch to the front of my thighs because that's my focus here. Not to do too much of a back bend. We don't want to overarch in our low spine. And then if you do have the ability to get all the way down to the ground, maybe a pillow or a few blocks. I recommend putting a few blocks under your shoulders and your head if it's a little tough to get here or if it's sketch. And we're already seeing a little preparedness for our night of sleep. Shutting down the muscles that aren't being used right now. Focusing on our inhales and our exhales. Take 3 deep breaths, filling your belly up on the inhale and emptying on the exhale. See if you can keep pressing those hips up, or if you're still in a seated position, maybe try leaning back a little bit more, putting your hands behind you. When you're ready to come out, especially if you're on the ground and your back, you're going to surrender your tailbone down. Press the elbows firmly to give you a lift up, and then one hand at a time. Meet our friends in the sitting hero. And then we're going to take a seat with our legs out, nice and wide. So I'll turn here just so y'all can see me. Before we do anything with our bodies at this point, let's just let the spine kind of adapt to what just it went through, especially if you were in that big one. Right foot goes in. We're going to keep the left one out. Left hand to the toes, reaching up and over like rainbows. Good. Then the right hand comes behind you as you drift back. You even got the option to lift yourself up here for a little hip opener, but again, we want to be aware that we don't send too much energy into our bodies now as we are taking it down for the rest of the day. Let's go ahead, switch our legs. Again, just get your posture right first, because I'll tell you, aesthetically, you just don't want to be right here, right? Right? That looks sloppy. It looks tired. And even though we might be getting tired, we still want to have that openness, that ability for body awareness, that we're not just scraping to get by. We're paying attention to the muscles that need to be paid attention to so that they could get a good night's rest. Coming back, both legs are going to go out wide as possible. And then you're going to take a big inhale, reaching up, and then forward out in front of you. Modifications, you could place a block underneath your head here, or you could grab your feet if that helps. Hell, you could do both if you wanted to. Slowly bring yourself up, feet together with the knees apart. Butterfly, or like one of our little moth friends out there since it's nighttime. And then extend the legs forward out in front of you. Taking a big inhale, reaching up. And forward bend. With every breath out, start to relax deeper and deeper from your forehead to your feet. Being aware of your stretching, but not trying so hard to force yourself and be there. When you're ready to let go, release the toes and slowly make your way all the way down to your spine. Bridge pose, placing the feet underneath. You're going to press the hips up, shimmy your shoulder blades under, and then reach the arms back. Again, the same way we felt in Hero, we want to feel the same way in the front of our thighs. So again, trying to just getting them a little straighter from sitting all day. Easily rolling down. Place the right ankle on top of the left knee, bring your left knee in, figure four. I invite you to use a wall or place your foot onto a chair if you want to take something a little bit more effortless. Feeling the release in our glutes. Again, this could be from sitting all day or standing all day. And then switch over. Slowly start to count your inhales and your exhales, so that the mind can be drifted into just one thought, the simple art of breathing. When you're ready to release, place one hand on top of each knee, circling your knees together and apart. Other direction. And then one last bit I'm going to give you guys. The option is if you want to extend your legs up, going into a shoulder stand, you could do as I'm doing by supporting the hips with the hands. Maybe even going into a plow pose. Okay, now if that just doesn't seem like something you're into today, just keep the legs up. Or for anybody who's using a pillow, you're going to place it underneath your sacrum so that you almost have this little leverage pushing you up so that it's just easy to keep your legs up here. But that's the goal, is we want to try to keep our legs up so the blood rushes down from our toes to our temples for the next minute or so. Shoulder standers, make sure that there's no pain in your neck. Your elbows are tight. Five deep breaths. And then very carefully, you're going to roll your spine down one vertebrae at a time until those legs are finally on the ground and you're in the most comfortable position that you could possibly imagine. Left leg going out with the right leg in. And then we'll extend our leg up to the sky as much as we can. Maybe even using a little bit of a strap or a t-shirt, something that could help us pull it in case it's hard to reach today, this evening. And then the knee across your body as you reach to the right. Good. Bringing it back to the middle and exchanging the legs. First bringing the knee in. And then extending the leg up. Amigos, I want to truly thank you for spending your time and energy with me this evening. For really taking care of yourself to even try to start a routine for better sleep and better quality of sleep. When you're ready, you're going to take the twist, cross the body, reaching opposite. Finally coming back, hugging the knees in together, taking one deep breath. Exhaling out onto your mat. And if anybody is using a pillow for this, you're welcome to place the pillow underneath your head or underneath your knees for a deeper relaxation in your Shavasana. If you're even ready to make your way to the bed, get onto your bed and just start to drift. Again, just the simple focus of breathing. Imagining your belly growing and exhaling. Bring awareness to your face. And notice if there's any tension in your temples. Relax the muscles around your eyes and your jaw. Feel your body becoming number. Feel your body becoming more numb with every breath out. Drifting into a place of peace. And to drift. simply focusing on our breathing. There's no standard for how long we have to breathe. No expectation for how right we have to breathe. It's the simplicity of stillness. Continue to breathe deeply anytime your mind drifts. Relaxing your eyes and the muscles around. Relaxing your jaw, giving your teeth ease. Feeling more and more numb from your fingers to your feet. Again, I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for joining me this evening for peaceful meditation. At this moment, you could either crawl your way into bed or stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. Until the next session, take care of yourselves and each other, and have a great night.